Okay, so let's get started on example 1. We are going to solve the equation very similar to how we did it in 4.1. However, now we have multiplication and division happening. So remember, a fraction is actually division. So we have x over 3, which means x divided by 3 equals -6. And so is there multiplication or division? There's division, and that's a highlighter. So what's the inverse? The inverse would be the same level, but it's the opposite. So the opposite of division is multiplication. So our inverse is struggling, multiplication. So do the inverse of the equation to both sides. So I'm going to draw a line down that equal sign. Whatever I do to one side of that line, I have to do the other. So I am dividing by 3. So now I'm actually going to multiply by 3 on both sides. 3 divided by 3, these cancel out. And so now I just have x equals, and then -6 times 3. A negative times a positive is a negative. 6 times 3 is 18. So x equals -18. So now let's check our answer. If I plug it back in, it should give me -6. So where the x was, we had x divided by 3. I'm going to get rid of that x, and I'm going to plug in my -18. And let's see what we get. So -18 divided by 3. A negative divided by a positive gives me a negative. 18 divided by 3 gives me 6. So we know that we got our variable, our answer correct because it gave me the same thing that my equation should have given me, which was -6. So x does in fact equal -18. So now we're going to solve this equation. And we have 18 equals -4y. This means -4 times y. So we are multiplying here. And the opposite of multiplication is division. So we are going to divide on both sides of the equation. So draw our line. Whatever I do to one side of that line, I have to do to the other. So I'm multiplying by -4. So now I'm going to divide by -4 on both sides. Remember, fractions mean division. So these negatives cancel, and 4 divided by 4 is 1. 1 times y, we can just keep that as y. 18 divided by -4. So 18 divided by 4, and then we hit that negative sign, and I get -4.5. That makes sense because a positive divided by a negative gives me a negative. So now let's make sure that this answer is correct. So whenever I multiply by -4, it should give me 18. So I was multiplying by y, but now I know that y equals -4.5. So let's plug that in instead. So 4.5 negative times 4 negative, that does give me 18. So we know that we got our answer correct. All right, you are going to do the try-its on your own, and then you're going to check your answers with mine. Make sure that you plug back in to the equation to make sure that you got your answer correct. If you didn't, go back and fix it.